Peace. I keep forgetting to come to YouTube. YouTube just got a better camera and everything. This is the same phone, just a whole better presentation. So now, how do I share this? I hope your today is great and your tomorrow is going to be greater. So right now, something ain't right. Gotta edit something. I'll edit it later. How about that? So basically, I'm just want to read as much as I can of the compound effect. Um, because I'm at the end of it and I didn't finish reading it, and I just want to complete that. And then I'm gonna hop back in that what is that called? Random Walk Down Wall Street, and I gotta go buy several more books. Um, I'm waiting for this thing so I can share. Conditions are great. There aren't any distractions. No one is interrupting, and nothing is disturbing your stride. That too is when most everyone else does great. It's not until situations are difficult, when problems come up and temptation is great, that you get to prove your worthiness for progress. I would say, don't wish it were easier, wish you were better. When you hit the ball in your disciplines, routines, rhythms, and consistency, realize that that's when you are separating yourself from your old self, scaling that wall, and finding your new powerful, triumphant, and victorious self, multiplying your results. I have an exciting opportunity for you. We've talked about how the simple disciplines and behaviors would compound over time, delivering amazingly powerful results for you. What if you could speed up the process and multiply your results? Would you be interested? I want to show you just a little bit more effort can add exponentially to your outcomes. Let's say your weight training, your program calls for you to do 12 repetitions of a certain weight. Now, if you do the 12, you're fulfilling the expectation of your program. Great job. Stay consistent, and ultimately, you will see this discipline compound into powerful results for you. Yet, if you get to 12, even if you've hit your max and you push out another 3 to 5 reps, your impact on that set will be multiplied several times. You won't just add a few reps to the aggregate of your workout. No, those reps then after you hit your max will multiply your results. You just pushed through your wall of your max. The previous reps just got you there. The real growth happens with what you do after you're at the wall. Arnold Schwarzenegger made famous a weight training method called the cheating principle. Arnold was a stickler for perfect technique. He contended that once you reach your maximum number of lifts in perfect form, adjusting your wrist or leaning back to recruit other muscles to assist the working muscles, cheating a little, would allow you to do 5 or 6 more reps, which would significantly improve the results of that set. You can also achieve this by having a workout partner who assists the last few reps you couldn't have done on your own. If you're a runner, you know the experience. You get to the goal you set for yourself that day and you're feeling the burn. You're at your wall, but you go a little farther and a little longer. This little longer is really a massive expansion of your limits. You have multiplied the results of that single run. Take the magic penny we talked about in chapter 1, the one that doubles in value each day, showing you the result of small compounded actions. If you just double that penny one extra time per week during those same 31 days, the compounded penny would result in $171 million instead of $10 million. Again, just extra effort in 4 days and the result many times greater. That is how the math of doing just a little bit more than expected works. Viewing yourself as your toughest competitor is one of the best ways to multiply your results. Go above and beyond when you hit the wall. Another way to multiply your results is pushing past what other people expect of you, doing more than enough. Beat the expectations. Oprah is famous for using this principle, blasting beyond anyone's expectations with her generosity and ability to live and work in a big way. Do you remember how she launched her 19th season in September 2004? When it comes to Oprah, we know to expect some fanfare, but she blew everyone away. That season opener was all the media or anyone else talked about for days afterward. Let's go back in time for a minute. The audience members were selected because their friends and family members had written in saying each of them desperately needed a new car. Oprah opened the show by calling 11 people to the stage. She gave every one of them a car, a 2005 Pontiac G6. Then, the real surprise. She surpassed everyone's expectations when she distributed gift boxes to the rest of the audience, saying one of the boxes contained a key to the 12th car. But when the audience members opened their boxes, every one of them had a set of keys. She screamed, "Everybody gets a car. Everybody gets a car." While this might be her most famous example, Oprah continues to go beyond our expectations in most everything she does. In other segments, Oprah surprised a 20-year-old girl who has spent years in foster care and homeless shelters with a 4-year college scholarship, a makeover, and $10,000 in clothes, and she gave a family with 8 foster children who were going to be kicked out of their house $130,000 to pay for and repair their home. Now, you might be saying, yeah, but she's Oprah. Of course, she can do those things. But the truth is, there are plenty of others in Oprah's position with the finances and the fame who could do those things, but never venture into the realm of the extraordinary. Oprah does. That's what makes her Oprah. Take a lesson from her. You can do more than expected in every aspect of your life. Peace to the Black Queen. When it was time to propose to my wife, Georgia, I could have done what was expected and met with her father to ask for his daughter's hand in marriage. Instead, I decided to pay a great respect to her father by preparing my speech in Portuguese. I got Georgia's sister to translate what I wanted to say. He understood English well enough, but wasn't all the way up to Los Angeles from San Diego. I rehearsed the words. I walked through the door carrying flowers and treats and asked her dad to join us in the living room. I then delivered my memorized speech. Thankfully, he said yes. But I didn't stop there. On the way back and over the next couple of days, I called each one of her 5 brothers and also asked for their blessing to join the family. Some were easy to convince. Others proceeded to have me earn it. The point is, she told me later that one of the most special aspects about how I proposed was how I had honored her dad and how I had called every one of her brothers and had her sisters teach me Portuguese. And had her sister teach me Portuguese. That made the act extra special. The result of that extra effort paid off exponentially. Stuart Johnson owns the parent company Success, Video Plus Limited Partner. Stuart put a lot of money and 22-year reputation on the line when he decided to acquire Success Magazine, Success.com, and other properties of Success. Here we go. Almost time. I got a few minutes. During one of the most challenging economies in recent history, and as print publishing was being seen as unfavorable, the move in itself was bold and audacious. But then he did even more than could be expected. While the new business enterprise was still finding its legs, translation, still operating in the red, and his primary business was taking a couple steps backward like the rest of the world during the economic tsunami in 2008 and 2009, Stewart launched a nonprofit foundation dedicated to kids. If he was going to make a commitment to helping teach the fundamentals of personal development to the world, he wanted to be especially sure that information would reach teenagers. So we launched the Success Foundation, www.successfoundation.org. He had the fundamental principles of personal achievement compiled into a book called Success for Teens and is distributing it for free to responsible partners and nonprofit organizations to help nurture young minds. Stewart personally funded the administration and management of the Success Foundation, and for the first year, with the help of a few good friends, he funded the distribution of more than 1 million books. Today, that number is far greater and growing. Now, Stewart was already in for a heavy investment and a big risk without the burdens of funding the new foundation. But the additional contribution and dedication to the foundation multiplied the statement of his commitment several-fold to potential partners, the press, his peers, and his own staff. He was doing far more than expected, and it spoke volumes. Where in life can you do more than expected when you hit the wall? Or where can you go for wow? It doesn't take a lot more effort, but the little extra multiplies your results many times over. Whether you're making calls, serving customers, recognizing your team, acknowledging your spouse, going for a run, bench pressing, planning a date night, sharing time with your kids or family, whatever. What's the little extra you can do that exceeds expectations and accelerates your results? Okay. 1, 2. I could keep reading though, man. And I think I should, because I think we can knock it out. Go ahead. We're going to go ahead and do the unexpected. I'm a contrarian by nature, I know. Tell me what everyone else does, what's the consensus and what's popular, and I will typically do the opposite. If everyone is zigging, I'm going to zag. To me, what's popular is average. It's what's common. Common things deliver common results. The most popular restaurant is McDonald's. The most popular drink is Coca-Cola. The most popular beer is Budweiser. The most popular wine is Franzia. Yeah, that stuff comes in a box. Consume those popular things and you'll be part of the common average pack. But that's ordinary. There's nothing wrong with ordinary. I just prefer to shoot for extraordinary. For instance, everyone sends Christmas cards. But since everyone does, it doesn't really have much emotional impact in my opinion, so I choose to send Thanksgiving cards instead. How many Thanksgiving cards do you get? Exactly. It makes a statement. And instead of bulk printed computer generated best wishes cards, I handwrite personal sentiments expressing how grateful I am for my relationship with that person and what he or she means to me. Same effort, but a much greater impact. Richard Branson built his career on doing the unexpected. I love to watch him launch a new company. Each stunt is bolder, scarier, and more unexpected than the last. Whether it was flying a hot air balloon around the globe or driving a tank down the United States, or driving a tank down Fifth Avenue in New York to introduce Virgin Cola to the United States. Richard always delivers the unexpected. He could get by the expected press release, a press conference or two, and some swanky party and call it a day. But instead, he goes for the astonishing. He probably spends as much as, and sometimes even less than other companies do to launch a product. He just does it in unexpected style. The wow factor makes a statement and multiplies the impact of his efforts. More often than not, the extra effort doesn't cost that much more money or energy. When I was selling real estate, everyone else would call on expired listings when they came up. Instead, I got in my car and showed up on their peace. Sorry about that. Recently, Alex, a friend of mine, was up for a big job. He lives in California and the job was in Boston. He was one of the final 12 candidates. They were going to interview local candidates in person and those out of the area via video conferencing. He called me asking if I knew how to facilitate a web camera video conference. How badly do you want this job? I asked him. It's my dream job, Alex told me. It's everything I've spent 45 years trying to do. Then get on a plane and show up in person, I said. No need, Alex said. They're flying in the final 3 for a last interview. Listen, I told him, if you want to be in that final 3, you should separate yourself by doing the unexpected. Fly across the country on a moment's notice and show up in person. That's how you make a statement. If I set my sights on something, I'm going to ensure success by going all in and all out. I launched what I call shock and awe campaigns. During this same job hunt, I suggested Alex pull out all the stops, attack from every possible front, and do it relentlessly. Research all the decision makers, I told him. Find out their interests, hobbies, kids' hobbies, spouses' hobbies, neighbors' hobbies, etc. Send them books, articles, gifts, and other resources that you think they might like. Is this over the top? Heck yes, that's the point. They'll know you're trying to butter them up, but they'll appreciate your gumption and creativity. You'll certainly get their attention and most likely their respect. Then I continued. Research all the people in the organization. Take the list and run it by your entire network to see if they know anyone who might know someone in this organization. Search every name against your LinkedIn database. Find a few people to connect with. Talk with them and ask them to put in a good word for you. Send them gifts, notes, and other things. And ask them to hand deliver these things to the decision makers. Phone, email, fax, text, tweet, Facebook, etc. them during the process. Could this be overly aggressive? Heck yes. But I have found that you may lose 1 out of 5 for being too aggressive. But you get the other 4. By the way, Alex did not take my advice and he did not get the job. He didn't even get to be in the final 3. I can unequivocally say he was a far better choice than the person the organization hired. But Alex failed to make an impression and it cost him his dream job. I'm on the board of a company that needed a congressman to sign off on a piece of legislation that affected whether this company could move forward on an important project. This guy wasn't budging, not because of the actual issue, but because of a political axe he was grinding against others who publicly favored the issue. Instead of making any more futile appeals to sway him, I suggested we go above his head and talk to his boss, his wife. We went through our network until one person led us to someone who was friends with his wife. We then waited for her outside, following the church service she attended, and had her friend introduce us. We explained our important case and cause, which was to build an after-school facility in an impoverished neighborhood that would affect the lives of hundreds of children if her husband was supported. Needless to say, he signed on by Tuesday that following week, and the company got its project. In our attention deficit propaganda-saturated society, sometimes doing the unexpected is required to get your voice heard. Those are ideal worthy of attention, takes even the unexpected to make your case heard. Add a little audacity to your repertoire. With that, I'm going to say peace. Have a great day. Hey, come on and visit us down here at 3939 Broadway, Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Get the thoroughest oil change you've probably gotten anywhere. I put my money on it. If you come through there and you use me as a reference, John Costner Jr., you will get 25% discount, and I'm probably going to be the technician on your vehicle anyway because I'm there all day. So come on through. And if you're interested in any of the items that I got on offer up or any of the marketplace, as far as the air fryer or the express crock pot, multi cooker, or any of the men's, women's, or children's briefs and socks and whatnot, text or call. Have a great day. And I will be back with the Daily Black History as well as the new Jim Crow 5 pages there. Peace and love, family. One. Now, how do I end this?